Huh. A little bit frosty out this morning. Morning. With all the frost this morning, the beans are gonna be slow. It always takes some time. They pick up that moisture, they get that frost on them. We end up doing a bunch more stuff in the morning, which is totally normal anyway, especially for this year. Didge, where were you when I fired up the Ranger? You look like you want in there. Anna's gotta get out first, and then Didge goes in, and now Anna goes back in. It's a weird system they have. Well, I'm gonna top this thing off as long as we're sitting here. Dad's transferring some beans. Actually, he's just dumping beans right now. We're gonna switch bins. And Josh just showed up, so it's gonna be a busy morning again. That is good. Just gonna put eyes on all the oil in the hubs on the grain cart. You ladies doing fine while you wait for your ride? A little chilly for these things this morning, and for me. And of course the government juice. Juicing. Dad's gonna jump across the road and set that chisel plow. It's all ready to go. We did some maintenance to it, but we haven't had it in the ground yet. So he's just gonna check the depth on it and make sure things are set right if he can get by this truck. He didn't want to try, so I'll just get it out of his way. Now we're gonna switch bins. The bin we've been going into with the soybeans is getting close to full. Excuse me, that's still hanging with me. So we're gonna switch from that bin back there to that bin right there. Yeah, my camera's got a little flip-up screen so I can see what you guys see. So we're gonna close this bin using this handy-dandy magical wheel. It's not exactly in a convenient location, but it works. So on this bin, you gotta hang onto the ladder with one arm and reach out here with the other and move a real difficult moving wheel. I might have just figured out why I need cortisone shots in my shoulders every once in a while. This one's a lot handier, but I don't remember why we lost the dealio tutor. Well, it's coming slow, but I can hear it. I always gotta check first before you just let a full semi go in somewhere. Now we're good. I was just headed out to see how he was doing. He must feel good about it. And Anna caught me leaving. I was just gonna go see what kind of job it's doing, dogs. But he must, we're good. False alarm, no Ranger ride, I'm just going back. I decided to come out and take a peek. I don't think the camera picks it up, but you can see the dirt steaming there because the dirt is so much warmer than the air right now. That's pretty neat. Ditch, out, out. Ditch, no. Ditch. Okay, that works too. Come on, Anna. Come on, numbnuts, get in.
It would have been easier to walk myself.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Oh,
you gotta, it's like going somewhere with the family. You have to load everyone up for half an hour to drive 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you to Factor for sponsoring today's video. Most of the time, I don't eat well. And by not well, I mean like horribly. I eat horribly, especially this time of year when we're really busy. We gotta keep moving. I don't wanna stop to make anything. I do not eat well. But one thing that has helped me out a ton are these Factor meals. I started eating these recently. I'm gonna go with loaded bacon and spinach shredded chicken at the moment. These things are awesome. They've got like 34 flavors right now. All you gotta do is heat and eat. Poke a couple holes in there so it can breathe, and that's it. You just go back to work. I don't have to clean up a whole bunch of stuff. I don't have to do anything. My favorite that I had the other day, and I've been eating a bunch of these lately, especially this time of year, but my favorite was the Cajun shrimp with some andouille sausage. it was awesome. These things are also designed by chefs and dietitians, so you know they're nutritious as well, but mostly they're, for me, convenient and delicious. Oh, that smells good. I haven't had this one yet. That is bacon and spinach chicken. Now this saves us trips to the grocery store, saves Becky trips to the grocery store, saves me trips to the gas stations. Cuts down on the groceries. I don't have to make sandwiches in the morning. I don't have to ask Becky to make me sandwiches in the morning. It is healthy and it's delicious. It really is. I would recommend you guys trying it out for yourself. It's gonna give you more time to do whatever it is you do. Harvest corn, work in the garage, play video games, I don't care. Click the link down below and use the code FARMER50 to get 50% off your first box. That's FARMER50 at the link below for 50% off your first Factor box. Son of a gun, that was good. That might be my new favorite. Go get yourself some. I highly recommend it.
Well, thank you to Factor for sponsoring today's video.
Oil's good on it, so we figured we'd let it warm up while we put fuel in it. Are you finding some?
2 of them.
2 broken ones?
Yeah, one almost missing and this one.
Well, we were hard on it last night in the mud. We really wanted to finish this field last night so that we could do all this and get moving in the morning. It just makes the next day so much faster. If you can pack these things up and move them up the road, well, you can't be harvesting anyway. So where I was going with that was we were combining for a couple hours at night when we probably really shouldn't have been. But because we did it, it's probably gonna allow us to get an extra 100 acres done today. There you go. Yep, you're good. Might have backed into him a little faster than I had anticipated there. But what truck do you want to come get this with now? Or how do you want to do it?
I've seen Josh or Al would be there and bring my pickup to get this.
Oh, okay.
We could either unhook the Thunder Creek or run home with the Thunder Creek and pick up my pickup.
This thing kind of blows. Dad jokes for days.
Really nice.
When we clean the combines this fall, instead of messing with that stupid leaf blower, I'm going to use this and it's going to take half the time and do a better job.
It keeps right up to the air. You blow full city air and it keeps up to that.
Yep. Morning, 23. Not bad. I got your horse all fueled up, so it was running this morning. If you want, you'd head up by the church, kind of sit at that intersection, wait for Dad and Scott, and then follow them up to Pocket Lake.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Yep, she barked. I bet she'll come running by too. She must be hiding where she can see Onyx. Oh yeah.
Oh, what the?
He's pretty much got this down. Grandpa was out and made a round, got this thing set. Onyx ran it last year, so he had no issues. Just a little bit different transmission in here. This has the power shift versus the IVT he's used to running in the grain cart. They're still out here spreading fertilizer, and they started on that end, so we're just making sure the chisel plow works. Then we'll let them finish before he comes out and does this. I have an awful lot of dust behind the lens on this camera. And unfortunately, this style of camera, you just need a new camera. There's nothing I can do to get in there and clean it, so I don't know, sorry. What do you want from me? All right, you got this handled?
Yep.
We're just gonna wait until they got fertilizer spread on it all. Oh yeah, wow, look at that. My lens is horrible. I'm sorry about that. I'll open a new camera for tomorrow's video. You guys will like that better. Can you see up my nose? These should be mostly decent beans. There's a lot of hills in this field, but none of them are sandy. Plenty of moisture most of the time here. Now we go back, get another truck and a header for this machine. And my lunchbox. I forgot that at home. That'd be a real bad deal. Are they dry enough?
Yeah, they're 14, so they'll blend off really good.
Yeah.
But it's throwing some over. I don't know if the straw is tough and it's carrying them over with that.
Is your rotor speed still pretty slow?
Yeah, it is still pretty slow.
They should be done spreading fertilizer on this field for us anytime now. So Onyx can go out and run tillage on it. We like to get the fertilizer on first and then run the tillage on it so that it works the fertilizer into the soil. There's very, very, very little nitrogen in with this blend right now. We'll put the nitrogen on later, but the little bit of nitrogen that is there can volatilize up into the air, but if you till it into the soil, it'll actually cling and bind with the soil. Must be lunchtime for the county boys. Made it back, and I remembered my lunchbox. Thank goodness, or else when I got hungry, I would have lashed out and then eventually required some sensitivity training of some sort. Scott and I got the header all hooked up, and now as much as it kills me to do this, that windshield I washed last night turned out pretty nice, so I guess I'll take a couple minutes and clean the windows. The stupid windows and the mirrors. Alright, I admit that is a lot nicer with clean windows. So this is kind of a neat field. You get up on top of this hill, there's a lot of views of a lot of lakes in this area, and I'm told by one of the old timers around here, I was told there used to be an Indian trading post on the top of this hill. Kind of neat. I don't know anything more than that. I should probably look into that because it's just neat. Alright, the corn hole is open. Field is defined. We got two different types of beans in here. We've got a NK14 that's always done really well for us. That's on about 80 acres, and then the rest of it over here, 160 or so, is actually an FBN Paloma bean. We've had that FBN bean on a couple other fields that we've done this year. It's done really, really well, but so has this NK bean. And go time. There's some of that view from up here. Can't see much of the lake through the dust and with all the foliage still on the trees. Oh yeah, there's some soybeans. They're highly variable in this field though, so these awesome areas are going to be offset by areas like what's up on that hill there, but you know, it's always fun to point out the awesome areas. Well, we've gotten into this 1-4 FBN bean now. We've got a little over 100 acres done in this field. About another 150 or so to go. It's a good sized field. I did run a side-by-side test on these FBN beans versus the other ones. The FBNs were a little bit better. 1.7 bushels to be exact, which isn't huge, but I mean 1.7 bushels is, that's almost 1.8 bushels. And if I remember right, I'd have to look, but I believe these FBN Paloma beans were priced under the other ones by a little bit. So definitely the ROI on them is better. Was better, is better in this field, on this year, on this soil, in this climate, with this weather. You know what I mean. If you farm, you get it. FBN's got corn, soybeans, a few other crops. They're transparent about their pricing. It's right on their website. Membership is free. It gets delivered right to your farm. I think, did I say they've got traded and untraded? So these are in Enlist E3 soybean. Between the corn and soybeans, you can get whatever you're looking for, really, and it's all right there on the website, delivered right to your farm. There's also some really solid financing options you can look into. New members actually get a really big discount right now. I want to say like $15 a unit, which is huge when it comes to soybeans. And there is a 6% cash discount until November 21st. So check into it if you're a farmer.